What's going on, guys? We are back for a very special one today. So I figured I would do kind of what I believe to be an important guide video here. I'm going to be going over all of the different Dokkan Battle websites and web resources that I use pretty much on a daily basis. In part just by, as like alongside playing the game, but also to assist in my content creation. So, I think by the end of this video, there's definitely going to be information for any and all players. I think it's probably such a small portion of the player base that actually uses a lot of these websites, and I am going to be talking about some niche, like smaller resources that you maybe probably haven't heard of. So yeah, if you are a content creator, especially, or an aspiring one, this is definitely going to be helpful for you for, all the best places on the web to find the information that you need to be able to give accurate info to your audiences. And then also, more importantly than that even, is a bunch of places where you can get all of the latest assets that are coming to the game so that you can more easily create like thumbnails and graphics and things like that. So yeah, I guess let's just go ahead and dive right into it here. Now, you can see the list along the top. We have a ton of stuff open here. There are just too many sites with too many information for us to be able to look at, like, absolutely everything. So we're gonna, like, make this just a little bit concise. I'll try to go into what the most important features on each of these given sites are, as well as some additional exploration, because some of these sites I haven't used to their fullest extent. You will start to notice that a lot of these more generic wikis that kind of try to cover content for the whole game have a lot of repeating features. So really, it's going to be like up to you, whichever ones you like the best or whichever ones you want to use the most. But I will be making some important notes about, how often certain sites get updated, how user-friendly they are, things like that, right? Okay, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. First up, we have got what is arguably the mother of all Dokkan websites, the DokkanInfo.com. So this, I think, is a staple resource for all players. This is a really solid place to get any information that you could find in-game will also be here, as well as quite a bit of helpful tools that you don't have access to in-game, right? So, right off the bat, we have all of the in-game news. So anytime there's new news on either version of the game, you'll be able to see it here on the website. Oh, I guess first I should mention also there's a language selector here, and this is going to link you to whatever version of the game. So if you're on any of the European language selectors, they're going to keep you on the international version of the game, obviously, as well as the English one. But if you select the Japanese language option, it actually switches you over to the Japanese version of the game. So basically, if there's anything happening in the news on JP that isn't a thing on global, it'll show up here, and you can like toggle between the versions. Same thing if there's like a difference in units on banners or something like that, you'd be able to see them here, right? Okay, so let's head back to the global one just so we can read what's going on here. So we've got news. This site also has access to the banners, so you're going to be able to see details for any banners that are live. This is a really convenient way to be able to not only check the featured pool, because obviously that's easy to do with just the scouter feature, but you can also really easily see the unfeatured pool of characters here too, instead of just having like the black and white list of text in game, like what you would get where you're scrolling through for hundreds and hundreds of units. If there's specific units you're looking for to make sure they're unfeatured, this is a really good place to be able to do so. So anything in the unfeatured pool will always be listed in the order of release, so it's going to go from the newest stuff all the way down to the oldest, so that usually helps keep this stuff pretty organized. So you can do that for literally any banner in the game that's ever released. Literally ever. You can see there's just hundreds and hundreds of pages of this. Okay, obviously makes sense there's no images available for these literally rare summons. These are from 2016, 2014 even. Okay, let's go back a bit. Like, let's try, like, how about let's do, oh, I went the wrong way. I just want to show, like, some of the examples of, like, the very earliest banners. Which ones would have images? Let's see, like, in the 120s. Maybe there's something here. Here we go. Yeah, so these are just, like, super old. Wow. Look at that, 2019. They were still doing the same girl power thing. I didn't realize that theme had started so long ago. But yeah, so you could literally check out any of these banners from just like a way super long time ago, right? So kind of a cool feature. Definitely useful for new celebrations, especially when they release ticket banners where it might not be clear what's featured and unfeatured on it, things like that. So yeah, we've got the banners there. And then also there's this for banner animations. I don't actually know what this is. Okay. So it's showing the live animation with like the animated part of it. Makes sense because a lot of these banners that they've released do have like basically a GIF attached to them. So I guess this is just a way of showing off what those artworks look like. Okay. Oh, it looks like it just needs a second to load. I'm just pushing it a little too hard. Okay, neat. That's kind of cool. Not super relevant, but again, you know, there's just going to be lots of random information tucked into some of these websites. So if there's ever a reason you needed something like this, then you would have access to be able to grab that here. Okay. So the next piece of this website is the cards feature, where all of the units in Dokkan Battle are going to be visible and available for you. There's a really, really nice filter and search here. So the way that this website is organized, it has LRs on top, and then TURs, and then moving downward in the list of rarity. And in that order, within each of those, sections, they will be listed from the newest released moving down to the oldest. Which, that should be true, but it's not. Because for some reason, Nova Shenron is at the front instead of being, like, here. That's a little weird. I don't know why that's like that. But the rest of these are true to, like, being listed in order from when they released, right? Maybe just, like, the character code was at a different spot because these units were already, like, created in the data. I don't know. That's a little weird. Usually it just goes by straight up release date, which obviously he would have an earlier release date, so that's a bit funky. But yeah, if we jump back a few pages, we can see then it goes on to the URs and stuff, and then we've got filtering options here, so you can search for any characters, search for super and extreme class, any rarities that you want, all kinds of stuff, right? So really, really good. And then, on top of just being able to see the cards here, you can actually click and open them, and then this will give you the full details of the card. So this is a really, really nice resource if there's units in game that you don't have. If you're in the middle of running an event and you don't want to have to constantly go into the little details page on, to like read your passives in game. What I like to do while I'm playing events is I just pull up my team on the wiki, so I have access to all of their kits right here, and then I can just, while I'm in battle, pause for a moment, look over at my computer screen, and then, read whatever other information and be like, wait a minute, did I need to select any type of key spheres? Okay, we want to make sure he gets 18 key. Good. Now I know that for the turn. Oh, we definitely want to make sure he's getting 24 key and prioritize those kind of things, right? Oh, 5 turns has passed, which means his entrance animation rolled off. Like, little reminders of things like that that you might not be able to keep in your brain with all of these massive kits that we get nowadays, right? So that can be pretty useful. Okay, let's see. What else have we got here? Oh, I suppose you can also look at, like, their pre-EZA details and stuff. They are going to have toggles for that kind of thing. I don't know how useful that's going to be for players, but that is also a possibility, something you can do. There's a little toggle here that will show you all of the 200% leaders that you can run them on. Basically, like, every 200% leader in the game that they fit on the leader skill of. Now, I do not believe that this specifically highlights which ones they are on the full 200%. It's just any leaders that happen to have a 200% and they at least fit on the 170 portion, then they're going to be available here. I'm pretty sure that's the way this goes. I'm pretty sure. For this website, anyway. Then this will show us any banners that they have ever been featured on. I think this is kind of a cool feature. Obviously not, like, super helpful for, like, players and stuff, but I think for content creators, this can be kind of cool. I have referenced this a couple of times in the past when, kind of complaining about how certain units haven't been around in a long time. This will actually show you all the banners they've been featured on. One thing I forgot to mention when we were actually looking at the banners, is that this is something else this website does. It literally pulls every single iteration of every banner, so that's something to make note of as well, right? So right here, these two are the two Peel Off Trove ticket banners. So there was one where you would do a 7-unit multi, and then one where you got to do like 1 time 20-unit multi. So both of those banners are considered separate from the normal buy 3 get 1 free banner that allowed you to get your summon points and stuff, right? From the GDC ticket banner that people were able to summon. This is like the 44% chance, right? To get that one for free. Hello, my music. I am still watching. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Where are we at here? Okay, so yeah, the GDC ticket banner, and then after the buy 3 get 1 free went away, when they had the new banner again, this is a different one. So it's going to list every single iteration of every banner, so there's going to be a lot of like duplication and stuff as you're looking through those gachas, so just be careful for that. But yeah, all the information is here, so very nice stuff. Okay, card assets. This is really cool. Good for content creators. This is a nice place to be able to pull some of these assets, you know, mainly just like the card arts and then the like zoomed in card arts with the little visual effects on them. I use these two countlessly, you know, just for every single new unit that comes out. I'm always pulling these assets. Actually, not even from this website. I use a couple of different ones usually to get my artwork, but it's all available here. Even like the text that's on the cards, you can totally just download any of this stuff because they are all clickable, right? You can just save all of these directly to your computer, and they have both the global and JP assets in here as well for like the text. Okay, so for Extreme Z battles, this is showing us every single Extreme Z battle that this character is on the effective category for. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I can't remember if it was a different website. I think it was a different wiki that operated this differently, but it would take every LR card, and because LRs have the legendary power link skill, which gives them the attack bonus, it would just list all of the LR EZAs, which obviously isn't helpful because that doesn't highlight for you which ones they're actually on the effective category for. So it looks like they have rectified that on this website at least. And there are now, it's only showing the LR EZAs that they are on the effective category for. That's sick. So yeah, this shows you any places they're going to be able to be utilized. So if you get a brand new character, it's a 200% lead or something, you're like, great, I've wanted this card for so long, and there's, you know, other EZAs, maybe some you haven't been able to beat in the past, you can check this list and see if you just got a buff for that EZA, right? Okay. Equipment. Oh, interesting. So this is showing us... Okay, I believe at the top, this would be all the character exclusive ones. So these are just for this unit. Okay. No, because this says character. Wait. I've never actually looked at this list before. I'm a little bit confused. Okay, so are these... Why is there so many of these for them? It says by character. Oh, I bet you I know what it is. Okay, so this is by card. This links us directly to that portion of the site. Okay, hold on. We don't want to go there yet. Okay, so this is anything that is for this named unit specifically. This exact Vegeta and Trunks can use all of these. These are hyperlinks to showing you all of the super int or regular int you know, limited ones. So you would be able to click these and then go directly to these. This is a little bit irrelevant because they don't do these anymore. This was an ancient thing where they would separate out the equipments by typing. So unless you have those from back in the day, you're never going to be able to get these. Okay, cool. And then this is all the categories that have their own specific equips from some type of event in the past that they are on the category, and you would be able to use these equips for them. Man, this is really cool. And then character, this just means any character that has their name. So there's probably 2 in here, right? It's for Trunks characters and for Vegeta characters. Probably most of these are for Vegeta characters. So then these would be relevant for him. That's why there's so many, because it's any times we've gotten Vegeta specific ones, right? So that's really cool. I like that. I don't think this goes as far as showing you where exactly you can get these equips. We'll look at that a little bit in a little bit more detail when we get to another part of this website. But that's cool to know that that stuff is detailed here. And then for the extra info, we just get some attack multiplier stuff here. Cool. Not too bad. Nice to know for some calculations. I'm sure that's relevant for some people. You can also toggle between the different iterations of the card if they've got, you know, unawakened versions. And then moving down here, after we see, you know, their full kit with their links and categories, all the categories are hyperlinks, so you can click them to open the categories, as well as in their leader skills, I believe you can click, should be able to click, well, yeah. Oh, that's just going to take you to a different portion of the website we're going to talk about. Okay. And then, yeah, down here, you're going to see the stats for them at 55%, at 100%, all of that. And then this one is going to show all of the characters that share links with them, starting with the highest amount of links moving downward. There's a little toggle here, so you can show a couple of more than before. I believe it's just like 25 or something like that. So you can see the top units that are available to use with them. If you click on one of these cards, it'll highlight exactly which links they share and what the link does, right? Oh, I suppose it's also showing all of the categories that share between the character, and then it gives you a nice sum up here too, which is cool. So it's telling you the total amount of key and attack and defense and everything that they are getting from these link setups, right? So that can be a really, really useful tool for you as well. Okay, so that's basically everything that it looks like for the cards. And again, we can search cards by just the cards themselves like we showed. You can search them by category, so every category in the game is here. If you open up a category, it's going to show you the every single unit at the top that leads the category. If we toggle this, it will show even lesser leads. Oh, the toggle is going to show leads of characters that are on the category, but lead a different category, I believe is what we're looking at here. Yeah, and then this is only going to show units that lead specifically this category. Okay, and then this shows every unit on the category, and I believe if we toggle this, what does that do? I actually have no idea what that even does. I think that toggle is meant for if you have, like, elite... Like, I don't know what that toggle would even be for here, to be honest with you. We're just going to have to take the L on that one. I'm not sure. Okay. Okay, and then you can also search by links, so it'd work the same way as the categories, right? This is really cool, too, because it's going to show you the difference between the level 1 version of a link and all the way up to the level 10 version. So you would know which, you know, ones are, like, the best to level up. And then there's also schedule. No upcoming cards. Oh, okay, so this is only going to show us if there's cards that have been downloaded in a data download that have not yet released in-game. So there's only going to be stuff in here for a couple of days at a time until they're eventually released, right? And then skills, I was going to say, I don't even actually know what this is. I imagine that maybe they wanted you to be able to... This is probably a future part of the website that's maybe still in development, of, like, being able to search cards that have active skills, cards that have standbys, cards that have revives, cards that have target skill mechanics, right? To be able to search by those specific things, that's probably what this is going to be for, which would be a really, really nice feature, because I don't think any of these websites that we're going to go through now have a feature like that. So that would be a really, really cool thing to see implemented in the future. Moving on here, we've got the events. So this is going to... organize all of the events in the game, basically similarly to the way that they're organized in-game. But, you know, we have basically stats for everything. So first thing we're going to go into is the challenge tab. I think this is the most important one. We've got every single challenge event that's in the challenge tab is right here. So, you know, we just got this brand new Union Master event, right? So, we can go ahead and if we're going to take on level 1, so at the bottom, you can see any of the missions that are tied to the event. So you would know exactly which missions you have to clear. And then if you need to see the stage details, you can go ahead and open it up here, and it will show you all of the bosses that you're going to be facing off against and all of their stats that they have, every single bit of, you know, their kit that you can expect to be faced with, as well as all of the things that they are immune to, any special, you know, abilities that they've got. It's all here. The type of super attack they're doing, how many times they can super per turn, how many attacks they have to do before they're allowed to super again, the amount of, like, just straight up damage reduction that they're doing, their percentage chance to super. If they have any super attack effects, they'll be listed as well. So yeah, just very, very helpful. And I believe this part of the website alone is why this is the mother of all Dokkan sites, because this is just infinitely helpful. Again, not only for content creators, but also just for the average player to be able to get through these events a little quicker, because all of these stats and numbers and stuff are not showed to you in the game at all. So you just have to do a lot of guess and check work or play the game a lot to kind of get an idea how things work, or you can straight up do calculation right here, right? You can see that the boss is going to hit you for 1.625 million. You know that you have 200,000 defense with 50% damage reduction. So based on that math, you know you're not going to have enough to tank this. So you got to use an item, right? Like you just, it would be straight up, you get your answers. So yeah, absolutely love this part of the website. And this is available for literally any content playable in the game. Now, on top of that, there's going to be a little bit more relevant information if we go into things like, I guess, World Tournament, right? Because this is going to be not showing you, you know, boss stats, because obviously there's not like a boss you're playing against or something, but this actually shows you the World Tournament reward system. So it'll show you exactly what you're going to be getting if you're trying to rank at a certain place, as well as like the local rankings shows you what you get for clearing the missions. So yeah, all of that stuff can be cool. Let's see. Is there anything else in here that would be a little weird? I mean, burst mode? Yeah, this is just, you know, again, this website is like a huge archive, which can be really cool for content creation purposes. This being an archive here, this is irrelevant for the most part, because obviously burst modes that have gone away you can't do anything with, but I guess you could just still see the details of the previous burst mode and see like all of the parameters for it, I guess is really all it's showing you. So I guess that's kind of cool it's here. And then same deal, we're probably gonna have the same thing with like the pets on battle. Oh, the quest stage, actually there's something decent to note here. With the quest stages, if you open up any quest stage, you can see the link level rate. That's really, really important for these stages, right? So you can actually tell where you're going to be able to get the best bang for your buck link leveling by hunting here. So obviously there's better places on the internet to just have someone tell you exactly what the best link level stages are. 38.7, 35.6, you're welcome. But like... yeah, like, this is a way you could find it on your own. This is how players have discovered these, and anytime a new stage comes out, we know whether it's going to be a good link level stage or not because of this, right? Okay, so yeah, you get the idea for events. We're already 20 minutes in, we're still on the first website. I did want to do the most in-depth walkthrough on the Dokkan Info website, simply because it's, like I said, the mother of all the sites, and because there's so much repeat information on some of these upcoming ones, we're going to glaze over all of the repeat information as we get to these other websites and just be like, yeah, it's the same thing as Dokkan Info, and move on. So this will get a lot quicker as we move down the list, and the second half of these websites aren't even going to be full wikis. They are much more focused websites that only do like one specific thing, so it'll get a lot quicker there too. Okay, so moving on to items. We have a ton of different items that we can take a look at here. I guess like the support memories is a nice one, because in game you don't really have a solid way to view the support memories. It's on like that really, really shitty page that just shows the icons, and you have to click to open them to even see what they do. So I find this very helpful to be able to just scroll through and read exactly the effects of all of the support memories in here. So that is really, really convenient as well. Let's see. I suppose, is there a search feature on this one? Probably not. Okay, yeah. This one I would consider a little bit useless. Again, some of these are just pretty much archives to make sure that all of the assets are here, to make sure that every single thing that's in Dokkan Battle is represented on this website. But like if you're searching for an awakening medal for some reason, this is definitely not the place to do it, right? This is just going to be a gigantic list of stuff. But I suppose if I were ever looking for an asset, like I needed one of these to put on a thumbnail, then this is a place I could definitely hunt for it. Okay, over to items. Anything else we're going to need to like specifically look at here? I'm curious about, okay, so obviously like equipment. Oh, actually, yeah. We want to talk about this. So for all of the equipment in the game, if you ever pull a headlining unit of some kind, there are a lot of cards in the game, mostly headlining units, that have their own specific equips. And some of these units have had equips that released in-game, where if you didn't get them during the time-limited period, they're just gone. But a lot of these units have ones that are tied to like a specific challenge event or something like that, that you might have cleared the challenge event a long time ago and earned the equips, but then you just pulled the card now. So it's hard to remember exactly which equips, you know, were their special equips, and the equip search functions in-game are horrible. If you've been grinding the game for years and you have hundreds or thousands of equips, it's going to be impossible to hunt down those specific ones. So you can come onto this website, click any given card that you want to know, and it will show you the exact equips that are designated specifically for this character, so it'll make it a lot easier for you to filter your box to find them. And you could just go by level 9, go by defense, and then you would probably only have the one option, but even if there was just a couple at that point, you could click and open them and much more easily find which equips are exactly for them, right? So that's a really, really useful thing to use on this website as well. Let's see, keys, not going to matter too much. Potential items, no. Special items, this is just going to be like stuff, yeah, like old tickets and things like that. So again, a bit of an archive, not anything too relevant here. Yeah, I suppose like some of these tickets will be live during whatever celebration you're on right now, but there's better ways to hunt for these things. For instance, like this one is going to allow you to summon on the Tanabata banner. So just go to banners and it'll be like the first one. Right, like that, it's gonna be a much easier way to find that than going to hunt for the ticket. Okay, let's see. Stickers. Yeah, I guess this just shows you there's a couple of different like specially designated stickers, and then it's just the regular stickers. Okay, nothing major there. I imagine if you can't even click and open these; they just are what they are. Okay, so another kind of archive portion. Support items, support memories. Ooh, support items could be good. Yeah, this is a good way to view all of the support items that are available in game to you, just to make sure that you have them all, or if you're not sure if there's better support items you could be earning. I don't think this is like clickable stuff. It's not going to show you where to earn these, where to get them in game, but at least you can know about their existence and then look them up elsewhere. So that could be kind of neat. We talked about support memories. What's tips? When you're doing like a data download and the game has all of those little rolling screens that happen, or like when you're on a loading screen and you get a little thing, this is just all of that in game. Okay, cute. And there's a bunch of so it's just every loading screen. That's all this is every loading screen in the game, because these are all the loading screens from any of the special celebrations that have happened in the past too. Oh wow, I didn't actually know this was here. Oh, this is super cool. I might find use for some of these assets, for some graphics here and there. Ooh, this is fun. Okay, cool. Didn't know this part was here. I like that. Okay, training items, yes. Treasure items. This is going to show you everything in the Baba shop, right? Yeah, this treasure item portion can be a cool little spot. Again, a lot of these are going to be archived. Like a lot of these stones were available one time and they're just gone now. But you could click on any of these. Actually, you can't click on these because they're not live, so it won't show you any information below any of them. So yeah, this is really just an archive as well. And then wallpapers you can see in here as well, which is kind of cool. See all the different wallpapers that are available in game. Lots of assets and like not loading here, but I imagine it'll just take a little bit. Okay, cool. Okay, and then missions. This is going to show you an accurate reflection of all of the missions in the game. So we have the same 5 tabs for daily, for the Korin missions. Hello, there we go. This is the Kai missions and anything in the Portal of Memories at the moment. So you can click to open all of these, see any of the missions that you have there. I mostly use this for like the event missions and stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything like really major that I use it for. I mean, I play the JP version of the game a lot, so I just use the missions on the website anytime I'm playing the JP version of the game. But again, I usually don't have to come specifically to the missions tab. Sometimes you need it for things like this, right? Because if it's an event, I would just go to the event, find the event, and then the missions are already linked to it, so I have all the information I need right in one place. But for like this, for example, these inevitable showdown missions, this is a brand new set of missions that you can complete for an event, but they're not linked on the event itself. They're not event missions. It's just a special set of missions that's not linked to anything. So this would be really the only way to find those on the website. You'd have to go to the missions tab, right? Okay. And then this will also show the panel missions. So the permanently available panel missions that came out in the version Z update are all here, as well as if there are any you know, celebration exclusive ones. So the TDC campaign that we're in right now, there is a panel mission set. So this will show you all of those panel missions, how to earn them, what you're going to be getting. And then Purunga Dragon Balls as well. So anytime the Purunga Dragon Balls are live, all of the, you know, all of the missions to get these done will be listed in here. Okay, then moving on to the Baba shop. This is just going to show us the list of everything that's available in all the different shops. So for the trade points, it just goes over every single thing that's possible to show up in the trade point shop at any given time, because obviously there's just a rolling, like every 30 minutes, a random set of stuff comes out in there. The Zenny shop, which is a stagnant shop that nothing gets added to. Oh, in fact, there is one item they need to add up here. The new support item, the Zeno button, got added, so that should be added to this eventually. But yeah, other than that, that one stays stagnant. And then, yeah, treasure items. So this is where you can actually click and open them, because this is showing you only the treasure items that are currently active in the shop. As you can see, like for the Dragon Stones, the only ones available here are the ones that we can actually still use right now in game, and then these will disappear once, you know, once those are no longer available. So these actually show an accurate reflection of what is available behind each of these right now. Like the Baba sticker cards are live because that's here, right? And then anytime this stuff goes away, which obviously a lot of this does not ever go away, it's permanently there, that's why they're here. But yeah, if they go away, then you know, you won't see it on this list. Okay, and then yeah, the secret treasure chest just shows, you know, the Whis equipment, and then I suppose you can open these and see what's in them, what stuff you can get out of these. It doesn't really tell you the rates that they drop at, so that's a little misleading, because it actually gets exponentially harder to pull these as you go up in rarity. Unfortunate as that is, it's true. Okay, and then moving on to some more juicy stuff. So that's basically all of the, you know, that's Dokkan Battle, the website version, because that's just all a copy paste of all the information that's in game. Granted, there's some way cooler ways to search stuff and to filter out things. But now at the end here, we're going to talk about some of the coolest parts of this website that are unique. Somewhat, some of them are unique to this website that are, you know, not related to like what you can do in game basically at all. Okay, so we've got a link tool here. Let's just click a unit and see. Okay, so right away it's just showing you we're specifically looking for linking partners. So this is going to give you basically like that mini little page we saw at the bottom of the card details, but this outlines every single unit in the game. Instead of just giving you like the top couple, you can literally look at whatever units you want and compare units together, but it's giving you all the same information. So that's good. We have the 200% leader skill tool. So this is going to allow you to toggle any categories on and off. You can add multiple to this, I believe. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm silly. It says main categories, but then it only lets you select one. Press enter to select. Okay. Is it just selecting the one, though? It is only selecting one at a time. It's a bit odd. Oh, I'm silly. You have to click it and then click add category. There we go. Okay, so then this one, add category. And so you can literally build whatever custom leader skills you want. These would be the main ones with like the 170, quote unquote, and then this would be the extra with like the 30%, quote unquote. Or what you can do, instead of manually building them yourself, is you can come over here and select any unit in the game that has a 200% plus lead. So you click it, and then immediately when you search, it will show you any of the cards that are available on that leader skill. Ooh. Why isn't it working? What's happening? There we go. Okay, sure. That one was just being a little buggy, but there we go. So yeah, you can see any of the units that are available on their 200% lead. I don't think that this identifies which units are available that are specifically on the 200% versus ones that are only on the 170. This is just every unit that's available under that leader skill, right? So that can be kind of useful as well. Okay, so now there is a little user page because we do have the ability to log in here. So if we come over to my user, it's just going to show you your link. You link it basically to your Dokkan account. So it'll show your Dokkan ID, your power level. Okay, you do have to verify that you're like a real person, not a bot or whatever, I guess. And then it shows your friend lead and its status and stuff. The last update, which this just updates like every couple hours or something like that, at least once a day. And then Okay, so you can actually build custom categories on this website. That's just a fun little function. I've never really messed with it, but feel free to if you want to. And then you can also build a box on this website. So this is going to allow you to, if you edit your box, we have the ability to do the unit selection, but you can select every single unit here and then their percentage as well. So you can manually keep track of your Dokkan Battle collection on this website if you want to. I use it for more niche purposes, like when I'm creating content. If there's a specific subset of units I need to talk about or have highlighted for some reason, then I just select them in this box, and then they will be available on, in my box on my user page. So it works a little better than having to figure out a tag system in my box, especially because nowadays there are brand new units that I don't have, right? So for this specific selection of units, I think I was showing off the units that should be available to pick up with the summon points is what this was. Minus the Chaozu, that was for a different purpose. But yeah, so like a couple of these units I don't even have, right? So I wasn't able to do this in-game. I had to do it on this website. So cool place to be able to do things like that. So now we've got the power level leaderboard. This is why I think it's the most important reason to be a part of this website. So this shows the highest power levels. This is manual opt-in. Just so you know, this is not every single player's account in the world. This is only people who have chosen to manually opt in to having their information revealed on this website by making an account and like signing up for this, right? So, but just based on the intense research I've done over the past couple of years, as far as like the top portion of this is every single player in the world, minus one. Shout out to Poi Mao, who just refuses to be a part of this, I guess. But yeah, so so this is that, and then if you have this little toggle here, it will first just show the version you're on, which for us is the global version, and then if we toggle, it also shows the JP version as well, included in this list. Okay, the custom categories thing, we already went over that. And then friend leaders. This is a pretty neat feature as well. This is going to be able to allow you to hunt for friend leaders that you want. So if you're unable to find a specific friend lead that you need in game, let's say I want like Master Roshi, right? So we'll search for Roshi. We can click on, oh, hold on. I thought, wait a minute. I'm really confused right now. I thought this was going to be a way for us to search for like other players. Am I mistaken? Maybe it's bugged or something. I'm not sure. Because you see how it's showing the different these are people's friend leads. These are people, the different awakening levels, these are tied to players' accounts. I just don't know why you're not able to... Oh, there you go. That's... Okay, that was the mistake I was making. You can't click the card art. That will take you to the card. You have to click this little portion down here. And then it will show you their Dokkan ID. So you can add this player as a friend because you know that this is their friend lead. So if you ever are, searching for a friend lead, then you'll have the ability to find it here on the site. Wow, that's crazy. There was only one Roshi, right? Because if we type like Frieza, look, it shows all the duplications of who's got these as their friend lead. So that's pretty insane. Now, I don't know if it's pulling info from literally every single player, or if it's only pulling info from players that don't have 100 out of 100 friends, so you could actually send them friend requests. I'm not really sure how this is coded. I just know about as much as I just told you about that resource, but it's another little cool thing you can do with this site. Okay, yeah, so that's friend leaders, and then the last thing we've got is just info here. Okay, this is some, like, creator stuff, right? Isn't really too relevant to us. Okay, so the last thing that we've got to do before we leave the site is we got to give a shout out. Is there no like info page? Hello? Oh. Dang. Okay, yeah, these aren't clickable. The connection we already did. Yeah, I guess over here in the settings, when you go to the connect, this is how you would be able to add your account to the website and like get on the power level leaderboard and stuff. Okay, well, shout outs to Harry Turney. At Harry Turney, there's another website where his info is available here, so I'll re-shout him out in a minute, but Harry Turney, is the wonderful creator of this website. So big ups to him. Oh yeah, actually, it's probably, if I click this button right here, we'll be able to see some stuff. So you can become a patron of this fine fellow and support them if you so choose. But yeah, so big shouts to Dokkan Info for just being the goat of all goats. Okay, so that's everything for Dokkan Info. We're 40 minutes in. Holy moly. Well, I did warn you up front this was going to be a pretty lucrative guide, so let's keep going for now. Okay, so that is Dokkan Info. Now, moving on to the Thieving 6 wiki here. So let's see. I guess we should click these right now and do the shout out up front. Shoot. Hold on. Okay, well, I wanted to be able to just give a shout out to all the creators of this stuff, and I still will do my best to do that throughout this video, but yeah, if it's not like super easy to do up front, just know that there are ways to contact these people. There are ways to support them. So big ups to the creators of the sites. Okay, so this one, again, same deal as the Dokkan Info site. We have all the cards. I like this one a little bit better because it does not first start with LRs and then go down to TURs and so on. It literally just shows everything in order of release, and it includes EZAs as a new release. So when a card gets an EZA, it will be put at the front of the line as a new release. So you can really accurately see by going through these pages here the release order of everything, and this just guides you backwards through all of the celebrations. So it's really, really easy to find stuff, and if you need to know chronology for any specific reason, this is a good place to be able to depend on that, right? So while looking at cards, we can see all of the details and info on a card the same way that we could on the Dokkan Info website. We literally have all of the same stuff here, right? This one has a couple of extra things. We've got the sticker effect that we can see on the card. So we have that little bit of animation that we're available to see. I guess that big list of like assets and all of that stuff, the info for the EZAs and the banners they've been on, none of that's available here for us. We can also play animations on this website. This is going to allow us to literally see like any of the super attack animations and stuff. So yeah, this one is absolutely peak for sure, right? And definitely love that. Okay, all of this stuff is hyperlinks as per usual. Same thing with the linking partners. We can see that. This one actually also allows us to see any characters that you can use to farm their super attack. That is pretty cool. Oh, that's funny. It's counting a world tournament unit as a free-to-play. That's kind of shouldn't be that way. But you can also toggle summonable cards, and it will just show you every single character in the game with the same name. Whereas if that's not toggled, it's only showing you the free-to-play farmable ones, which, like I said, it's counting world tournament as free-to-play for some reason. Which you wouldn't be able to infinitely farm that, so there's no reason that should be there. But yeah, so that's kind of a helpful source as well to be able to farm super attacks there. Okay, so news page, exactly the same as Dokkan Info. We can see all the new news. Summons, again, same deal. You can search by all of the previous banners that have been available. Events, it's just world tournaments in here. Okay, cool. What do they show us? Oh, nothing. No. Okay, so not quite finished. Not quite finished. Okay. And then for teams, same as Dokkan Info, we can search by categories. We can search by typing. Interesting. Okay, that's kind of new. Supers and extremes, and you can search for all types. Kind of neat. Oh, wait. So, hold on. Because, okay, when you go by categories, right? Click Saiyan Saga. Everyone that's a leader for that is going to be up at the top. There's no way. So if we go by types and we go all types, this shows every all types lead in the game. Oh, I have needed this for years. Oh my god, link leveling just got one-upped like crazy for me. These are all my link level leaders, because they all have all types leads. Oh my goodness, dude. Now, granted, some of these are like all types 30% and stuff, so they're not really the most usable. But now I don't have to like sit there and search through my box to find all the best leads. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Wow, this literally would be something I discover after link leveling 3,000 characters and only having a couple hundred left. Love that for me. Absolutely love that for me. Wow, that's awesome. Okay. I knew that you know, along the course of doing this, even I would learn something, right? Pretty exciting. Okay, so then you can do the same thing by links. And it looks like the team builder is not quite implemented on this website yet. Okay, and then for the items, we have the support memories. Same deal as Dokkan info. They are all visible to view. This one, you get a little bit more information. When you click and open them, it's going to show you how it levels up in stages for any of the ones that have, like, the easy A's, right? So that's kind of some additional information you can get on this one that the Dokkan info website doesn't show you, as well as the animation that you're going to be seeing when you use the support memory. So that's kind of cool, too. Oh, I see. Yeah. There's, like, a login for it. I don't really know why there's a login, because there's nothing, like, specific that you can do with, like, a box or a team builder or anything like that. But I imagine that this is meant to be set up for when those features eventually become live. And then settings, this just gives you some, like, graphical settings for the website. Nothing too crazy there. So, wait, what is that? Secret code. What does that give you? Ooh, I need to do some digging and figure out maybe what that is. Interesting. Also interesting that there's something called developer mode, and you're allowed to just be on it. I wonder if it would, like... yeah, weird. I'm not sure. Not too sure about any of that. Okay. Kind of cool, though. So yeah, this is a really, really solid website. Again, some kind of usability that Dokkan Info doesn't quite have. I prefer this website the most for looking at details of cards. I just feel like the UI of it is the nicest, right? So yeah, I don't know. This is my preferred go-to website for reading character kits. I feel like it's just very, very visually satisfying and appealing. So, all right. Moving on to the next site. So this is the Dokkan fandom. This is the oldest, most reliable website that we've used before any of these other websites existed. This one was here. This is the original site for Dokkan Battle Anything. And unfortunately, now it's not being updated as often anymore. As you can see, it still has our March celebration as the one that's, like, currently going on. So this has not been updated in quite a few months. A couple of times a year, though, this does get updated, so there is new information on here, you know, just kind of filling out, like, adding all the new cards and stuff, adding the new events to this. But yeah, not the most... up to date. So if you're looking for the most current information for some reason, this is probably a bad place to be. But what this website still is good for is a couple of different things. One, character searching. If we go ahead and search by name here, this is a valuable tool that I have not been able to find in any other place on the internet. This allows you to search characters by name. So if we go here to Goku, is going to be an amazing example because there's endless Gokus in the game. So we'll scroll down to Goku. Where's the boy at? I missed him. Goku. Okay, so Goku. And then now this is going to show us every single Goku in the game. So not just Goku himself, but Goku with any other thing. Super Saiyan Angel, Goku Kaioken, right? Just everything. Daima is in here, Ultra Instinct, GT, Super Saiyan 4, Xeno, all of it, right? And then even Joined Forces cards with other Gokus. They're all listed in here. Now, the reason that this is really valuable is because if, let's say, you pull Path to Power Kid Goku here, right? You have him, and you're like, oh, how do I level up his super attack? Well, you can come to this disambiguation of that Goku card and see every single other character in the game that has the exact same name. So you can start to hunt for what card I want to use to free-to-play farm his SA and be like, oh yeah, this guy, he's from a Dragon Ball story, so we can farm up his SA. Let's do it that way, right? And I believe on this website, if you open up details for cards, you can also see the free-to-play farmable thingies on here. Let's see. Maybe I'm lying to you? I swear you could on this website. Maybe not. Maybe not. I promise I could have swore that was a thing. Oh, you know what the problem is? We're on a TUR right now. We need to go to the SSR. Because it's not going to show us that a TUR has a farmable anything. Yeah, there was the problem. Because we just need to be on the base SSR of the card. And then, yeah, so here you go. Shows all of these. So yeah, really, really useful, helpful for you. Or just like, you know, because I guess you could do it here just by going to the card itself, so you don't really need the disambiguation for that. But the disambiguation can be good for other things, right? Like, let's say Oh, perfect example, actually. Well, we can't really show it on this website because that card doesn't exist yet, but the new Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta, they need a Trunks to activate their passive, right? So now you can just come over here to the Trunks thing, And again, I suppose you could also just search in your box for Trunkses, but that doesn't really help you with cards you haven't yet farmed up that happen to be free to play, or cards that you could purchase in a shop or something like that. But this is just going to show you every single Trunks in the game, so you know what your options are for those kind of things, right? So I think that this is a really, really helpful and valuable resource for, you know, just knowing that kind of information. And like I said, they do update this a couple of times a year, so while it's not going to ever be relevant with the most up-to-date content, basically everything in the game dating back to its inception is here. So yeah, really, really valuable resource there. Okay, let's head back home. Now, another thing that I like to use this website for is some of the specific guides that they have, one of which, just to kind of give an example, there are quite a few guides on here. Some of it is not searchable through these. So there's an explore page that shows you like all these blog posts and things like that, discussion pages that have some guides on them. This is pretty full, right? The character thing, this is like by searchable by everything. For the campaigns and events, this shows you all of the events that are available, but there's some weird stuff because there's certain, like, basically there's certain ways to view things on here that you can only get through the search, the actual search function on the website, which is up here. Yeah, to be able to search through, right? Okay, but guides, so if we go over here to guides, they can show us a timeline of the game. This is kind of cool, actually. So if you want a little bit of like a history lesson of what celebrations things came out in, what orders and stuff, this is your timeline for that. So it's going to show you everything in order. You can just scroll back. It shows you, you know, as content releases, as characters release, the dates that all of these things are happening, and you can basically toggle through all the years of content to find all this stuff. So really, really exciting stuff, honestly. I think that can be kind of a useful tool for some people. So there is, okay, tutorials, game guides. Let's go here. This is going to show you some very basic stuff. Oh, man. Yeah, so this is where it gets a little bit funky, like hunting for specific things. There's just like lots of cool stuff you could happen upon here. Oh, this is gonna show you all the nuke leads, right? Team leaders, raise attack key sphere. Shows you all the nuke leads. Yeah, so there's just like random things on this website like this. So I would definitely recommend doing some hunting around. I haven't even seen all of this stuff myself, but a lot of this stuff is here. There should also be, let's see. Oh, like this, you can see all the skill effects. This one's really cool. So yeah, all the different skill effects. You can see every unit in the game that has an all-target super attack. All the AoE units are available in here. You know, you can see any cards that have a giant form attached to them. Different things like that, right? Any cards with guard, that's going to be a massive list now. Surviving KO attacks, that's kind of a unique ability, right? So any units that can take a KO hit and then survive with 1 HP are all available to see in here, those kind of things. So yeah, like there's just infinite niche guides on this website, or just collections of units that you wouldn't think you could be able to view in another way, that are available to you on this website. So this website still is useful for these kind of things, right? Okay, that's enough about this website. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next. But first, wait, we do need to do our little shout out here. Let's see that here. There we go. The wiki team. Okay, so yeah, this is our team. So shout out to Negative Symptom, and Mazda Freak. They are the leaders here, the full creators of this website. We've got a couple of admin here as well. Content moderators, courtesy squad, which I imagine are just people that help with assets and forums and things like that, right? And then special thanks to a lot of former staff members or people who have helped out in little ways. And then right here is the shout out we were going to give, Harry Turney. So he runs the Dokkan Info website. So yeah, big shouts to Harry Turney for that one. Okay, perfect. Okay, so moving on to the next website, we have the Dokkan Battle Database. This one is going to be a big shout out to Hydros. Hydros has created this one here. Looks like he has a couple of sister websites for a few other, I'm assuming these are based for mobile games, right? Obviously this one's for Legends, so this is probably for like that My Hero, I guess it's My Hero Ultra Rumble and Ultra Impact. I don't know, I haven't played these games. I'm assuming they're other mobile games. But yeah, so he's got a few websites for each of these, but this one is very, very closely comparable to the Thieving 6 wiki that we looked at to this one, my favorite of the wikis. I haven't used this site much just because it is kind of a copy paste of that one. So, you know, as you can see, homepage, kind of similar stuff. We're just getting all of the most recent information here on it. The card search works exactly the same way. So characters are listed in order of release, accounting for Easy A and Super Easy A. One thing that's actually, in my opinion, better about this website than the Thieving 6 wiki is that there's not pages. It's all just in a list. So instead of having to sit there and scroll through page 1, page 2, page 3, we can just scroll down. It's all here. So that is really, really convenient, in my opinion. And then, like, when you're searching a card by a category or something, you'll still have the leaders at the top, but then instead of having a couple of units here and then having to click through pages, it's all just here, right? So I do actually like the layout of that a little bit better, even. We can see all of the banners. Actually, this isn't all. We can only see, like, the last 6 months or so, because I believe this goes back to January. Yeah, to, like, the anniversary banners, but it doesn't go any further back than that. So this one doesn't have an infinite memory, unfortunately, but that is kind of fine, honestly. Okay, so it looks like the event tab is grayed out, so we can't really see anything here. Oh, yeah, there's no, like, additional drop-downs on these. These are all... So yeah, this is kind of a mini version of it, right? Again, can search all the categories. We can search all of the link skills. Skills themselves, yeah, so these are all of those effects as well that we were just looking at on the other website. Ooh, maybe I'll start using this website for it, because this is going to be more up-to-date. Interesting. Okay. Good to know, good to know. And then you can change the JP version as well on this one. And again, all of Hydros's resources are here for the couple of other things that he's created, as well as his Twitter and stuff, and the official Twitters for the game. Okay, yeah, so big shouts to Hydros for that one. Okay, and then we have Dokkan FYI. This is, are we home? Yeah, we're home. Okay, Dokkan FYI, this one is created by Cap'n MZ, so big shout-outs to him. Him or her. I shouldn't really be using pronouns here, my apologies. But yeah, so, this one's kind of cool. We have... Again, it's another copy-paste. It's got a lot of the same stuff that we would expect to see on all of these wiki sites. This one has a little bit of news posting related to the website itself, though, which is nice on the homepage here. So you can see we're actually getting some live news updates about what's available on the website, whereas the other ones are just specifically focused on, like, the news for the game itself, and they don't really give you information. Like, if something major changes on one of those websites, you just kind of have to know or figure that out, right? There's not, like, a patch notes place, but this is kind of showing us all the new stuff that comes out. Makes it a little bit more interactive of a website, a little bit easier to understand that kind of stuff. But I am actually excited to see this Ultimate Clash Team Builder. We're going to take a look at this in a minute. I have not seen that yet with this website. So there is a login, which makes sense, because especially with them having these team builder things for you to be able to save teams and whatnot, makes sense you'd be able to need to be logged in. So we've got the game news, same deal as the other site. It's going to show you all the most recent news. Characters is going to allow you to view units. Now, this one has a little bit of a different setup. I would say for searching units specifically, this website's not as good. As you notice, we're on the characters thing here. We do have the ability to just do a generic search for units if we're looking for something specific. I suppose we can toggle these to be smaller. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So you can toggle this to have the information or not have the information shared with it. But I suppose if you go back to the smaller view... yeah, then you get, like, their leader skill, you get their stats alongside it. I'm not sure how useful that is, to be honest, but is what it is. And then, here, let me go back to the big view, and then let's see. So if you toggle this is only going to show LRs. Again, not really sure what the usefulness is behind that. And then if we toggle this, we're only going to see 200% leads. That's pretty useful. That's pretty useful. Definitely like that. Only seeing 200% leads is kind of cool. Wow, there's so freaking many now. Are you kidding me? How big is page 2? Surely not that big. Yeah. Wait, he's not a 200% lead. Huh? He's not a 200... Huh? That's interesting. Is it broken? It must be broken. Wait, is there, like, more units in here that aren't 200% leads? No, they all are. Oh, no, he's not. Weird. Very weird. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that. Looks like just some mistakes, honestly. But no worries. Cool stuff in general. Okay, so we have the ability to search by category, same way as, again, all of these other wikis. Oh, why is it just showing us accelerated battle? Yeah, so again, these are... That's why I think this site is like a little bit weird, just because the way it outlines things. Oh, it's literally listing every single category in alphabetical order. That's what we're seeing right here. So you can open up the categories specifically, or it's just giving you the leaders of the category outright, a couple of supporters for the category, and then some support memories that activate for it as well. Okay, sure. Let's go ahead and take a look inside one of these. See, because again, you can search, so we can search for any specific category that we want. Oh, was there a toggle to make these smaller at the top like before? No, there isn't. Maybe you should add that. Maybe you should add that to be able to just see a list of all the categories with all this extra information, right? Okay, let's open up Bond of Parent and Child and see what we can view here. Okay, so it's just showing us all the units on it. But it gave us all that cool information before. What's going on? Aw. That's kind of a bummer. Yeah, this part of the website could be a little bit better, because now it just takes you to categories, right? Or it took us back to characters. I want to be on categories, but I want to view... Oh, yeah, it just says view the characters from that category. Dang. But I really like that it showed, like, these. I guess you can only see that on this homepage. So, like, let's go, like, movie heroes. We'll search for... Yeah, movie bosses, movie heroes. Okay, so I guess this is kind of cool. While searching for this, you can see all of the leaders for category, which normally we could see on the other sites, but this is also showing us any units that have a support on that category. Or I guess that support that category specifically, right, is probably what it is. Because Broly, Chila, and Lemo only support... They don't have specifically movie bosses support, do they? They do. They do. Okay, so that makes sense why they're on there then. So it's only units that have specifically support for that category. And are they the only one? So there's no unit in the game that has movie bosses support? Surely that's not true. Surely these aren't the only two that have movie heroes support. Interesting stuff. But I do like that there's that additional information, especially with the support memories, right? Being able to show you... what you're using there. That can be really, really good for challenge content if you're building teams around something where you might want to use a support memory, right? So that's pretty cool. Okay, and then moving on to the support memories. Again, we can view them all the same way as we can on these other sites. We'll go to summon banners. Same deal. We can view... this is the new one, recommended. Currently active only. Turn that off. It will show us the old ones. Yeah, and it looks like this one goes back pretty far as well. Okay, cool stuff. Stages. This should be pretty elaborate, no? Okay, so this shows us every single stage in the game, probably in the order of release. We can toggle them by the different typings right here. Okay, so not as easy to search this website, definitely, as some of these other ones, right? Definitely not quite as user-friendly. I do like the way it looks, but I just feel like it's not as efficient to search, unfortunately. Okay, and then moving to missions, we'll just go to event, see what this looks like. Okay, so just same deal as the other. I do like that you get the little visual there for, like, the stuff you're earning on them. It's very closely matching what we see in game, right? Okay, not bad, not bad. And again, there's filters here for this stuff. For Z battles and non, and then for reward types. Ooh! Now we're talking. Okay. So let's say I want... support items. Okay, so some support items are really hard to farm. Let's see if there's... Okay, so it's going to show us... Oh. Wait. Are we getting support items from these missions? Let's view the missions and see. Oh, so it shows you the mission, and then you have to click and open it. But is there support? I don't think there's support items available. Maybe you earn like some senzu beans or something somewhere in here. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, interesting. I suppose it's still possible to see this stuff. Again, not really like super user friendly with the UI of being able to see this stuff, but it's cool that that kind of search function is there. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this team builder. This is what I'm a little bit curious about for sure. Okay, so you can select any unit. Let's just go for them. Slot 2, surely this is only going to show the units that are on here, right? Okay, yeah. So this is showing us every unit that's on the 200%. And then... what is this? Wait. Is this an arbitrary power system? No shot. That's what they're doing. Okay, so you see, I'm looking at this little rainbow bar that's underneath the card here. That little rainbow bar seems to be going down as we move down in units, as we get worse in units. Well, okay, not exactly perfect, because I would probably put a unit like this much higher than a unit like this, but they have this. They both have this little red bar, so I'm not 100% sure what that means. I mean, it does say synergy, so I wonder if that just means the amount of links they share plus the amount of, like, support they have. Well, okay, there is details here. Let's see, I guess. Is that just showing the details of the card? Yeah. I'm not 100% sure. What is this? It says links 14. But I'm not really understanding how there would be 14 links. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'm just a one-head about some of this, but it looks like there's some really, really valuable team building information here. I just haven't fully figured it out yet, so this does seem pretty, solid. Okay, so then, let's see, partner with... oh, I see, so you can compare them together and see different things? This is weird. Okay, so slot... oh, so, wait. Okay, so now we're on slot 2... him. Let's see slot 2 and leader. Oh, I see. So we're identifying like we want him to be with him as the leader. What do things look like versus with? Yeah. Okay, I see. So now it's like doling him out because they have the same name, so they won't link at all. He's already on the team, so he's grayed out. Again, same name, they won't link. Okay. Kind of cool. Yeah. This is sick. The team builder here, this is definitely well worked on. I would say this is worth using. Again, probably a lot of capability here that I haven't even really outlined, but that is sick. And then I also want to take a quick look at this Ultimate Clash team builder. And this is really important that that this exists. The fact that you can like straight up build you know, your Ultimate Clash teams here. So if we grab the new Frieza, put him on the first team, and then now we can scroll down to Team 2, and if we want to add a leader, Frieza's doled out because we can't use him. Yeah, so this is sick. I would highly recommend that any and all players that are going to be playing Ultimate Clash on a regular basis as it releases, go ahead and utilize a website like this to be able to build your teams and keep them pre-built. There's another site that I think is a little bit better for team building in general. It's specifically for team building. We're going to be talking about it in a little bit here. So, but yeah, it's nice to know that capability is here. So if you're an all-in-one type of person and you would rather not be using all of these websites and you literally just want to pick one, I would say this is probably the one, because you're going to have access to like all of the same information as those other websites, but then you also have access to these team builders. And I think that this is the only site that has all of it. So yeah, that is kind of cool. Again, I don't think it does some of the things that it does as well as some of those other websites, but it does have the capabilities at least. Okay, and then what's this? Articles. Okay, so yeah, this is just all of their little updates that they put, right, like on the homepage and stuff, announcing the changes and whatnot. So, huge shout-outs to Captain MZ for this wonderful, wonderful website. Very much appreciate it. Very much appreciate it. Wait, really quick before we finish on this website, I realized we didn't even actually like open a card and look at the way that those look, right? So we've got a little neat artworks here. You can see the exchange just by toggling here. Will take us to the Gogeta side. Obviously, we've got the stats. We're able to see the details the same way as previous link partners. So here we go. For any of the links, ooh, we can see who shares specific links, who's on whatever categories. Neat. So we can see not only the link partners, but then be like, no, I only want to see the link partners that are on Final Trump Card because I'm doing a Final Trump Card team. And who's got 6 links with them? Okay, them. Who's got 5? Okay, them. Yeah, that's really cool. I like this function better than like the Dokkan Info website for sure. And then all of the applicable support memories. So any support memories that you could use for, that would buff this card. So very neat, very neat. Example team. That's kind of neat. Just shows you like a generic team formation that you could build based on suggested cards. That's kind of a cool feature as well. And again, I'm sure this goes deeper when you're actually doing the team formation thing. I'm just too much of a one head to figure it out that quickly. Okay. So there we go. That is it for this website. And again, they do have a patron. You can become a patron through their Patreon, and they've got a Discord you can join as well. I think actually a more active Discord than some of the others, if I remember correctly. So yeah, definitely good. Ooh, yeah, look, there's like lots of links right here for you to go ahead and find them. Awesome. Okay. Moving on to the next. This is going to be the last of the full wiki sites that we're going to be talking about. This one is Japanese. I'm not sure who creates it. All of the English text on here is a little bit janky because my Google Translator is just auto-translating everything. And then as you can see, anything that's like a visual asset is written in Japanese. This is a fully Japanese website. It's hard to search. Partly because a lot of the verbiage is changed from what we typically see. Just because, it's being translated from a different language, so it's not like super accurate. And also, there's just so much information. I think this is the most in-depth wiki of any Dokkan Battle wiki on the internet. There is just so much information on here about everything. It's insane. Look at the homepage, dude. There's just so much stuff. Like, what is this? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy the amount of stuff that you can search on this website. I don't even know where to begin. Genuinely, I don't know what to show you because there's just like most of this website is untapped for me. I haven't looked at most of it because there's just way too much to get through, and it's really not like super straightforward of like what's like the way that this is all designed, right? You kind of just have to go through all of this stuff on the left side line by line to figure out what things you would actually want to look at because there's just so freaking much. But yeah, so we've got a strategy page. This is going to be going over a lot of the different events and best teams. There's forums in here of people talking about what strategies they've used for these events and stuff like that. Latest leaks is going to be highlighting like new information or things that have happened in the data that aren't in game yet, I believe. And then there's some guides for new stuff, right? How to get Hunger Dragon Balls is in here and whatnot. Okay, cool. Strongest characters. Let's see. What is this actually showing? A tier table? Okay. So this is just showing us rankings of characters. Neat. Okay. Again, arbitrary, but sure. Cool. Neat, unique resource to have. The strongest. Okay, so then this is talking about the strongest team builds, I would assume. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Okay, and then reroll. This is kind of an ancient concept. I definitely don't recommend re-rolling in modern days, just with the way these games go now, and how much free stuff they give out over time. It's definitely not worthwhile to re-roll, but it's just showing you details for all of these newer units. I guess just highlighting specifically for reroll. If wait, let's see, characters per normal. Sorry, that's eliminated all our characters. Yeah, I'm really not super sure about what this is exactly highlighting related to rerolls, but okay. Um, again, I'm a one-head, so it's harder for me to understand this stuff, but neat. Schedule, I imagine this is going to highlight upcoming content and stuff that recently went live. Yeah, okay. Character encyclopedia, so this is probably going to be a giant character search. Yeah, and again, really, really weird because this is the Japanese alphabet. So not really super searchable for us. And then this is going to be like a disambiguation for all characters, right? Golden Frieza, this should show, yeah, all Golden Frieza cards. Okay, yeah, so definitely not as visual and as, like, you know, user-friendly as some of these other sites, but it's all here. Just lots and lots of stuff. What is this? Rank XP, let's see. Oh, so it's just telling you stuff about how to rank up your XP quick and basically quest stages, because it's suggesting that's the easiest way for you to do it. Friend recruiting is interesting. Is this like something else with like the friend leads? Recruit friends, right? Oh yeah, check it out. So these are just people who have manually submitted to be like, I want more friends, here's my thing, and whatever. Can you search this by like units? Oh yeah. Look at friend character selection. You can filter it. Filter character selection. Oh. You can only filter by typing. Okay, so you filter by typing, and then you hunt for the card you want. So let's say you want him as the friend lead. And then now it will show you people who would just have him as friend lead. Cool, okay. So it kind of works similar to the other site. Being able to do the little friend search thing. That is actually nice. And you get the number, so there's not going to be any, you know, translation issues there. Though I wonder if how many of these players would actually be on the global version of the game, or if these are only JP players is the thing. I don't even know that. I guess I would assume this is just JP players, but there's really no way to know. Okay. So yeah, that's very neat. And that is, again, just scratching the surface. There is 4 million things on this website that just show all kinds of insane stuff. There was even, I believe, a gacha simulator that I saw here. Yeah, is this just like you can straight up summon on the banners? Yeah, so like the Gogeta banner, you can just summon and it'll give you units. That's really funny. We could just do this over and over. It'll show you your rates for things that you've pulled and stuff. Wow, that's hilarious. Okay. Kind of fun. Love that. Okay, so that's going to go ahead and do it for this wiki. Let's move on to the next. Okay, so now we are moving into some more niche websites that do specific things. So this is the team builder right here. If you need to build a team outside of Dokkan Battle, this is the place that you're going to do it. Absolutely the place you're going to do it. So, let's see. We have got... Oh, I guess you can favorite characters. So I suppose if you were to favorite only the units that you have, and you toggle by favorites, this is only going to show the units that you own. So that can be kind of useful for you. Obviously, it would take you a little bit of time to do over time, but this website does have a memory. I believe it just has like an IP memory, because I haven't ever logged into this website, and it remembers me when I come back. So yeah, I would assume that you'd be fine to do all that, and then that work wouldn't be gone when you like leave the website, right? Okay, so you can search for units by name, you can search by category, super and extreme, you know, all the different toggles that you would expect to see, right? Now, this is showing you the orders that you can sort them by. So we can sort them by leader, we can sort them by their cost, HP, attack, defense, and then the label is actually going to show you whether, like, that little number below them is visible. So we can sort them by leader and go from the highest leaders down, and then if we take the label off, they'll still be in that order, but then the little number is gone, so it's just a little less cluttered, a little easier to just see the pictures of the units if that's what you're looking to do. Okay, so the way this works is, let's go ahead and pick a unit. We will pick, like, Goku. So when you click on a unit, first you can see all of the information. Here's how you favorite them, right? You just get a little favorite button. You can see all the information you can see about the card, the categories, the links, everything the same way we can with normal characters. Here we can see the linking partners. This shows every unit that links with them down to 3 links, I guess. Let's see. Oh, the quick add being off and on. That's, we can go over that in a second. But yeah, so that shows links for us. Leader skill. This is going to show every single unit that's on their leader skill. And I believe this little number right here is how many links they share. So this is really cool because it shows you all the ones that are going to be on their full leader skill boost, and then it will show you ones that are on just the lower portion of their leader skill boost as well. So this is a really, really concise way to team build, in my opinion. So if you were to leave the quick add off, this will allow you to click these other units, open them, and see their details and see if it's someone you want to add to the team. And then if you want to add them to the team, you can add them here. If you want to do the quick add button, then when you click them, they will automatically, immediately add to the team, right? Okay, so let me remove him. Oh, I didn't even add the Goku, that was why. Because you got to have the quick add up here, and then now we could quickly add him to the team. Or, with the quick add off, we could just add and remove him with this button. Yeah, so we can do his leader skill, build a team around him that way. So yeah, if we were to do that, let's go ahead and... Oh, here, I'll turn the quick add on. We'll just throw some cards on so I can show you this. 2. And sure, 7. There we go. Okay, so there's our team. There's our... Oh, wait, we would want 6 units. I'm silly. We wouldn't actually want 7 units because 7 would include our friend lead. So in order to rectify that, we can just click a unit here and that will remove them off. Perfect. Okay. So with these 6, now we have the characters up here. We can still click and like view their details of if we need to. But this board over here is really useful for showing the links. So if we move this down all the way to 1, this is going to show any ways that these cards link between each other. So you have an idea how good your linking network is, right? And you can do this for any amount of links. If you want to see any of the characters that just have like a lot of links together, you can move this up and, you know, and see that. You also have the ability to like move this stuff around in any way you want. So yeah, you're also not limited to a specific number of units. We could just continually add units at will. You can add whatever the heck you want to this. You can even add transformed versions of cards and not just the base version of a card to be able to check for links and stuff that way. So not only is this website usable for being able to build teams, this is also just usable for being able to mess around with cards and just see what works together and also create a visual space if you just need to visually be able to see multiple card icons together, right? Like, I think that's a really, like, solid and useful tool, especially for content creators. I have already used this multiple times in other videos just to be able to show a space where like units exist, and then it's like a pseudo tier list maker, right? Like I could just sit here and put all these in a tier in orders any ways that I want. I could, you know, group them up and be like, these units do this. In fact, I have like a graphic that I've created on Photoshop for all of the units that are usable in Easy A stages that you can use off leader skill because they have like special abilities. I could just do that in here now. Go click like the 8 or 9 units and then show them off right here. And then I would have easy access to clicking their kit and being able to show exactly what they do and don't do, right? So yeah, this website is absolutely perfect for all of this stuff. I am a huge fan of it. So now, this one here with the units that we have selected, we can toggle over here. This is going to show us the common links, right? This will show us the best common leaders, which I haven't really used this part. Let me go ahead and here, let's turn the quick add on. We'll remove a bunch of these characters and see if we can actually get something to show up here. Because I imagine with so many different characters, that's probably not going to be the case, right? Okay, there we go. So now it's showing if you have multiple of these units, who you can use on the same team, right? Actually, a perfect example of this would be... Oh, I can't show it because the brand newest cards aren't here yet. But yeah, no, so it's just so you get the idea. If you're trying to use multiple units together, it's going to show you like whatever teams they can be used on together, right? Okay, so now that is everything for like the team builder. Oh, I guess, and then possible teams. Wait. Hold on. What would that be? Let's add him, and let's add him. We'll just add these two. Common leaders, obviously they have a ton of common leaders because they have almost all the same categories. And then possible teams. What does this mean? I'm really confused by that. Oh, maybe let me add a couple more units to it and see. Like, let's add him. Ah, there we go. Okay, so then now this is showing you, based on the units you have selected, this is the order that you can use them in, right? Who's going to be on what leader skills. So if we use him, neither of these units would be on the leader skills. Wow, that's very, very cool. Oh my goodness. You know what I just realized you can do with this? You can do Easy 8 areas. Easy 8 areas just give you a collection of like 20, 25 units or something. You could select all those units, show possible teams, and it would show you every single team build you can make. Oh my goodness. This website is so good. What the heck? Okay, so moving on to the best thing about this website. We have a toggle for Battlefield, guys. We've got a toggle for Ultimate Clash. So you have the ability to build your 16 teams. As you can see, mine are already built. I just discovered this last night, and this is exactly what influenced me to make this video in the first place. So now, for the rest of forever, I will not struggle with Ultimate Clash because I have the ability to build my teams on this website. Now, what I was doing previously was I built the teams in-game, I took screenshots of them, and then I sent them to myself on Discord, so I had just a big stream of screenshots that could remind me what my team builds were. But anytime it came to me needing to build something new, I still had to edit that in-game, figure out how to toggle my teams around in-game, which is really annoying and pestery to do. And then once I've done that, I had to take a new screenshot of the new team, delete the old screenshot out of the place I had the old one, and replace it with the new one. It was just so much extra work, so dumb to have to do all of that extra legwork just to play the event, right? Whereas here, now, because it's all built in, I can just straight up swap units in and out, and it will keep track of all of this for me. Now notice this green bar above, because you do have a lead and a friend lead for this this game mode. It's showing you the green bar, letting you know that all the units here are on both of the leader skills. And then like up here, this is a good example. This one's red because the first unit is Broly. He's a 200% movie bosses lead, so all of them are on movie bosses, so he's good to go. But this Frieza is only a 90% lead to tech, and I believe this is only detecting if you have like a 120 lead or higher, I think is what it is. Maybe it's even 150. I haven't looked into it that far yet. But because he's only a 90% lead, they're considering him as like not having a leader skill. So all of these units are red because they're not like protected under a secondary leader skill. The reason why he's there, by the way, that's supposed to be representative of the new Golden Frieza Gogeta. He's just not on the website yet, so I can't put him in here. But yeah, that's basically how that goes. So yeah. This team builder is quite amazing, to be honest with you. I am very, very pleased with it. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. So, big shout outs to Eternal Turtle for this website. Please go buy this lovely creator coffee, because this website is just way too cool. But yeah, so that is awesome. A little about page here if you want to see all the text of it. This is what's going on there. But yeah, so I hope that this website continues to expand with more and more interesting stuff. But right now, it's already a rock star of a resource. Okay, next up, we have got the Dokkan Battle API. So this one is specifically for seeing common links. Now, this one's not as necessary nowadays. This used to be one of the, like, ancient, really good websites for this kind of thing. But now that this is kind of like a feature on a lot of those other wikis, this isn't really that important to do. But I guess it's just worth knowing. You can check common links between any characters in the game, and it will show you all of them, right? So where some of those websites were limited to just a couple of characters, this is going to show you all of them. And then if you were to, click a card and open it up, it should show you a highlight of exactly which ones are being shared and stuff. And then it tells you, like, the total stats gained, all of that. Very, very good. It also shows you, like, their similar categories, I suppose. Nice, not bad. Oh, and we could toggle the links from level 1 to level 10, showing you the difference in stat gain with those being at 10 and whatnot. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so just very, very good highlighted information here. With it, it's pretty visual. I feel like for checking links specifically, this is probably going to be the best one, just because it, again, does have the most visual information for you while you're doing this. But most importantly, there is another thing on this website. Oh, the categories. So this is going to allow you to basically cross-reference any two categories in the game and be able to instantly see like what is shared between those categories, right? Now, you kind of can do this in game too, but again, that only gives you access to seeing what's in your box, not like not just any characters in the game. So Accelerated Battle, DB Saga, these are the ones that are included on those two. Now, what I originally used this site for a couple of years ago was when I was originally going to get all of the titles where you have to use every team in the game 300 times. This was how I figured out the best way to combine teams and be able to make a situation where I have a team that has, it's covering so many different categories, but it's all one team, right? So, like, let's do, let's see, they're in alphabetical order. I'm going to show a cool example of this. We'll go Fuse Fighters, Fusion, let's see, Majin, Buu Saga would be here. We've got Heavenly Events activated, Gifted Warriors. Let's go Youth, maybe? Yeah, Youth. Okay, so all these categories are selected, and then check this out. Find characters. Look at all the Gotenks are here. So then if I also wanted to add, like, Super Saiyans, boom. Find characters. Okay, now look at that. Look at that short list of characters. So you could literally grab 6 of these, run a stage 300 times, and then now you've finished all of these categories instead of just the one category at a time, right? So that was what I did for this originally. And I actually made a video about that years ago, highlighting all of the teams that I created and the best way to get that done. But yeah, so I think that's kind of just a niche little tool that we've got here as well. Kind of interesting. Okay, and I don't know if I have the ability to do any shout-outs here. To be honest with you, I haven't seen like the API homepage, because not all of this is for Dokkan Battle. As you can see, there's stuff for other things here. So yeah, I've literally only seen like the Dokkan Battle side of things here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure those are the only 2 things on the API that are for Dokkan. It's just these 2 pages. So shoutouts to them. Okay, so we're nearing the end here. This I did need to absolutely include because it's the only Dokkan web source that is provided to us directly by Bandai. So this is the Dokkan web store. Now, the reason why this is cool is because there is a lot of, well, not a lot, but there are some good deals on here. If you're a player that buys Dragonstones in-game, you should absolutely make an account for this, because the deals on this website are better than some of the deals in the app. The most lucrative deals in the app are still going to be better than this, but these kind of come second place to like the worst deals that are in the app, right? So you definitely want to go best deals in the app, then what's on this website, and then move back to the app for like the lesser stone sales and things like that, right? But on top of that, as a note for all players, even if you're not someone who spends on the game, occasionally, to advertise the web store, they have given out free gifts. I think it's like 3 or 4 times now in the past couple of months that this has existed. They have given out, a pack of 7 stones, 10 stones, like that for free. As well as, I believe when you sign up, there's a one-time purchase that you can do that's like really, really good. So yeah, I'm not logged in currently, so this is what it looks like for a new user. Oh yeah. So these are still available. You could log in right now and get these. So 20 Dragon Stones plus 5 Elder Kais, and then 10 Dragon Stones here. These are available to pick up for you right now. And these have been available. Well, this one is permanently available. This one goes away in 10 days, right? But then you can see we have these couple of sales right here that are really, really solid as well. And then these sales here are the ones that are not quite as good as what we can get in game, I believe. or maybe they're just like a slightly better deal. I don't know. You could do your own conversion rates with that kind of thing if you're interested. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that this resource exists, right? Okay. Now, moving on. I guess I also didn't mention they have like the little promo code thing, right? Because they have these free ones that we can redeem, but they also have been adding a couple of promo codes over time that we've been able to enter a promo code to get free stones that way as well. So there have been more free things than just these here. Okay, so second to last, we have got the Dokkan Battle art site here. This one is kind of redundant for a couple of reasons. One, this is really only for content creators. The only thing that's here is all the artwork that's in the assets that are in game for every single card in game. Also, shout outs to Hydros. This is just kind of a duplication of, you know, obviously going off of all the same info that he has on the Dokkan Battle database. But then this is just all the artworks, right? It's listed in the order of release, so for me it's really easy to find things. If it's like, you know, oh, I want like a unit from a specific year, I can just scroll back until I find that specific year's you know, like headliners or whatever. Like these are the 7th anniversary headliners, so I know I'm right at the 7th anniversary. And then, you know, prior to that we would be going backwards and eventually find like the worldwide download celebration would be the next thing behind it, the next like major celebration behind it, which is right here. You know, so I can find what I'm looking for pretty easily throughout this, but obviously if you're a player that's not like well versed in the timeline of the game, then it's going to be kind of useless for you. And again, you could just go on his database, on the like Dokkan Battle database that we were looking at earlier here, and then, you know, if you can find all of those assets like directly on a card. I believe is what we showed before. Yeah, view assets, and then all of the assets are available here. Whereas on... Oh, and it's also worth mentioning, this is the brand new card that just came out, and it's already on the database. But on this website, it's not yet loaded in here, right? So it looks like Hydros isn't updating this one quite as quick. So yeah, I probably am just going to start using his database for the artwork rather than this website individually. But just knowing it's there, I guess, could be useful for some people. And then I suppose I might as well show just like what it looks like when you open this up. So it's all of the different assets that you can see for any card. Okay. Now, the very last website that we've got to talk about here before we finish up the video is going to be Dokkan World Tournament Stats. So this is a pretty new website that was just created. This is an extension of an entire Discord server that was created to help out the Dokkan Battle community in various different ways. Two of the biggest ways being Chain Battle, historically, and then World Tournament. So, you know, one thing that's happened over time with the World Tournament, as we have learned the way that the game is coded and players have grinded it heavier and heavier over the years, we've learned basically every little bit of information about the way that the World Tournament operates, right? So we know the exact team builds that you want to make to be able to give yourself the most points. We know... you know, what it looks like to be moving as quickly as you possibly can, like how many wins per hour and things you can get. So this site is made to help you track your performance along the course of the World Tournament. Now, unfortunately, I already did take a look at this website a little bit. There is not all of that information that you need in order to perform well. This is only going to be useful for players that already have all of that information and that are just trying to employ it correctly. But if you're looking for all that information, you're gonna have to go to these Discord servers. This is a big struggle because the video is already so long. There were a bunch of other resources, quite a few Discord servers and like Twitter accounts that I wanted to shout out as well, that are really, really helpful for resources, but the video is so long, so maybe I'll make a part 2 with just outlining that stuff for specific patrons, but also because those are not like necessarily public resources the way that all of these websites are, I would feel a little bit more iffy about giving shoutouts to people in places that they may not want or appreciate. I don't know. So that's another project for another day that maybe I'll get into. But yeah, so as long as you have all the information about what it takes to do well in the World Tournament, then this is going to help you track your progress. So we can see this is my this is what it looked like for me on World Tournament 59. I didn't really play it at all, so we just had my, you know, main grind to 30 million points, and then me doing some dailies, and that was basically it, and I just left it from there. So that was what mine looked like. It will show you, you know, the players next ranked above you. We can toggle this to show some more players, I believe. Oh yeah, this will show some more players. This is a really bad example for me because I didn't grind hard, but I guess let's go to the leaderboard and we can see. So this will show like the highest players that won, and what points they got. Let's pull someone down here. I don't want to show the absolute top of the top because it's really like unrelatable. Let's just go down a little bit. Sure. Dark Lord. Let's take a look at Dark Lords. So this is what their win rate looked like throughout the game. So obviously we can see they're taking some breaks, probably a shower, probably a meal, probably sleeping right here, right? A little bit more sleep there before the end grind. So yeah, very, very nice. And then you can also compare two players together. So you could look at them and then like we'll compare them to Baba Yaga. Oh, nice. It even has the suggestions on there. That's really cool. And then it will show both of them. Oh, this is a different Baba Yaga. not the number one in the world Baba Yaga. But yeah, it'll show you the comparison of them and stuff. So you can search by win pace, you can search by points pace, so exactly how many points you're getting per hour and stuff. The number of wins that you're earning over time, the number of accumulative points that you've gotten as that climbs up, ranking, all of that stuff, right? So, yeah, pretty exciting stuff to see. Yeah, that's really funny. If you just start grinding hard from the very beginning, you're always going to be top ranked, so it just looks like at the top at the very, like, the whole time. Kind of insane, kind of insane. Yeah, so that's basically everything this website is going to give you. There's probably a lot of you looking at me with a big question mark, like this doesn't really give you anything real, this isn't like solid. But again, if you have all of the other context about the information it takes to do well in the World Tournament, then these are actually very valuable resources for you, as well as one of the most important things, let me go to the older edition so I can like show off myself here, I guess. We'll go 58th World Tournament because I did grind pretty hard in this, and then let's search for me. Okay, perfect. Me right here. Yeah, so I ranked 160. So this is what mine looked like in the 58th World Tournament. Add player for comparison, search by name or ID. Ooh, dang. Okay, because it's not a current World Tournament, it's not allowing me to toggle the players above and below me. I could only really see it for the brand new tournament. And then this will show you like the gap. But yeah, so basically the idea here is your you could see a comparison of like who's above and below you, so that you don't have to constantly stop playing and then go check, you know, the leaderboards in game to see where people's points are at. You can just check it on the website and see how close behind you are, or you can see when they stopped playing and how long it's been since they played. Right? Instead of being like, oh, I had to constantly check it every hour to know when they're playing, or maybe you look at it after an 8-hour break or something and realize their points haven't moved that much and you don't know exactly when they stopped, or if they just started again and they've been stopped that whole time. This is going to give you that information to know, you know, when these players are playing and not and stuff. So like I've had things where based on someone's sleep pattern, based on someone where someone wasn't playing the game at all, it was very consistent time-wise throughout every day. I knew at the end of Sunday night they weren't going to be playing because they were sleeping at that time every day subsequently before that, and we were like tied in score, so I knew I didn't need to stress. And then lo and behold, 3 hours before the World Tournament ended, they went to sleep and I got to freely grind up above them, right? So things like that. This gives you that kind of information. But okay, so yeah, that is going to go ahead and finish it up here for all of the you know, relevant Dokkan Battle websites. I'm sure there are more. I'm sure that I have not tapped into everything that this community has to offer us. I'm sure that there are some great web resources out there that maybe you guys are depending on or that you even know about. If I have missed anything that you think was worth being on this list, please mention it in the comments below, and I will try to rectify that. All of the links for every single one of these sites I will be posting in the description, so you'll have access to every single one of these for yourself. And if you have any additional questions or concerns or comments you want to make about any of this stuff, then please hit me up. I would be more than willing to help you out with these resources, because I know we did just barely scratch the surface of quite a few of these. So if you need any additional assistance, then please come on by and I will let you know. But yeah, so that's going to go ahead and do it for this one. Let me know if you guys want me to make a part 2, you know, more focus specifically on Discord servers and Twitter accounts as the main 2 places. I don't really use many other sources of social media, so if there are other good things on, like, maybe we could talk about the Reddit just a little bit. I don't know. That's not it's not a place I like to send people. But yeah, maybe like the Reddit a little bit. We can talk about some of those things. So yeah, if you guys want to see that, then let me know. And maybe we'll make a part 2 of this in the future. But all right, I am going to stop rambling now. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. Hopefully you found this entertaining and informational. And that's going to do it for this one. See you guys next time. Peace.